What is up, Starseeds? It's Sid, and today I feel like we need to talk about idolization. Alright, I pulled up the definition here, so let's read this first before I really get into my thoughts. The definition of idolization is the act of admiring, adoring, or loving someone or something to an extreme or excessive degree. It involves an uncritical, idolized perception where the subject is placed on a pedestal and viewed as flawless, heroic, or godlike. Flaws are either completely ignored or rationalized away. The idol is treated as vastly superior to ordinary people. Often involves an emotional or behavioral fixation like hyperfocus, hero worshipping, or copying their behavior. Fans obsessively following a pop star, athlete, or actor, celebrity worship. Children or adolescents often idolize role models, older peers, or parents as they develop their own identities, developmental phases. Viewing a new romantic partner as completely perfect, which often leads to disappointment when human flaws eventually emerge. Romantic idolization. Those are some common examples. One of the key components of Buddhism is about not idolizing people, even the Buddha. Like, if you try to go into a Buddhist temple, some of them with a Buddha tattoo, they'll be like, no, we don't idolize the Buddha with tattoos, you need to cover that up. Parts of the Bible state not to idolize people as well. I believe this is across multiple different religions, yet I see people doing it all the time, and I myself am guilty of doing this from time to time. It's no secret that there are people throughout history that I really resonate with. I love the goddess Isis. I'm a pretty big fan of Marie Antoinette just because I feel like I resonate with her energy. I continue to tap into that archetype for some reason. I like Marilyn Monroe, okay? I like Cleopatra, and I really appreciate Elizabeth Taylor and how she portrayed her in one of the Cleopatra movies. I know a lot of people who love Princess Diana. I love her energy too. I don't know everything about her. I don't know everything about anybody. I feel like I can connect to their energy and appreciate certain things. I appreciate certain things about Einstein, some of the things he said, but also I hear that he wasn't that great of a person, and he was involved with some pretty fishy things within his relationship, not being so nice to his wife. John Lennon, so many guys that I know resonate with John Lennon, multiple different men. And from what I hear about him, I really like John Lennon too, a true hippie, if you will. There's some things that we don't know about people in general, and I know I literally have a Marie Antoinette tattoo. I want to get an Isis tattoo one day. I think I want to get like a Sedna tattoo one day, an Inuit goddess. There's many different names she goes by. Sedna is actually kind of a bastardization version of her name, but that's the easiest one for me to pronounce, so for now that's what I'm going to call her. I love Medusa as well so much. Sadly, the Medusa tattoo has kind of been like a rape victim thing, but that's not always what it means. Like, you can get a Medusa tattoo even if you just appreciate Medusa in the story and the mythology behind it. I'm really proud of the fixed star algal video that I did on YouTube a few years ago. That's one of my most favorite videos I've ever done, to be honest. But yeah, I felt the need to make this video just because we haven't talked about it yet. And I mean, I'm going to a Machine Gun Kelly concert in 2 weeks, and part of this comes with what we talked about 2 weeks ago with the awakening and balancing your life, and that you can take what you want to take and you don't have to be full-blown 100% off the grid hippie right away. You can still listen to certain music if you want to. I took a few years off of music, so I know like the first 3 or 4 Machine Gun Kelly albums really well if you include like the Black Flag mixtape. So I would have known every word to every song if I went to a concert 10 or 15 years ago. I went to a concert 7 years ago after I really stopped listening to new music, so I didn't know the newer songs back then. And now I'm going to a concert in 2 weeks. It's gonna be MGK, Wiz Khalifa, and Mod Sun, which I am kind of a newer fan of Mod Sun the past couple years now that I'm getting back into music. But when I was a teenager, I had a Wiz Khalifa phone case, and I have multiple pictures of me with my Wiz Khalifa phone case taking pictures of the MGK songs that I was listening to. If you look at my Snapchat memories or something, those are the 2 music artists that I was all about, was MGK and Wiz Khalifa. And now they have like a little mixtape album together now, and they're going on tour together. So I'm like, my younger self, I don't know, manifested this, would love this, and now here I am, 24 years old, not really resonating with it as much anymore, but I'm such a reminiscent person that I want to experience that throwback. And part of me is like, is this beneficial? Is this falling back into the past? I don't know, but I'm gonna have fun with it and enjoy it. And I feel like because I'm aware of that, I'm gonna hop back into the present moment, the now, and eventually the future just fine. But I wanted to share with you guys, like, if there's certain people you resonate with and you want to appreciate that, appreciate that. I don't wear like band t-shirts that much anymore. I'm not gonna wear, I don't think, an MGK shirt or something to the concert just because I don't want to be a groupie in that sense. Like, yes, I want to scream the words to the songs that I know and just I really appreciate that moment, but I would never get somebody's like autograph tattooed on me or something. That doesn't sit well with me. I went backstage at the Honest Dave concert and I hung out with Ave and Z, and that was such a good time, but I try not to idolize that. It kind of goes back to this concept I have. We're going to talk about kind of 2 other key things. So the one thing is, I would never be romantically attracted to somebody who didn't think I was cool or that I was worth the time of day. You know, I feel like there's a bunch of girls that fangirl over certain actors, singers, rappers, whatever. And there's a bunch of guys who fanboy over certain model, actress, singer girls, and they have no clue who you are. So that's really weird. Also gets into like porn and masturbation. Like, why are you kind of giving your energy to these random people on the internet usually? That's really, really, really weird. That should be for somebody who you know, who you want to exchange that energy with, not some random person on the internet that you're just like sending your energy to. And I'm not talking about in forms of money. That too, for sure, that's really weird. But just letting out your divine energy, you know what I mean? Looking at somebody, if you look at somebody and masturbate, like, you're giving them your energy, and that's really weird if it's not for a purpose. I'm not trying to sound like a prude, but that's just my truth. If you've done it in the past, I mean, that's the past. Do things differently in the future if you so choose to do that after hearing this information. But anyways, I'm just talking about like crushes in school or whatever in the real world as an adult. I can't truly think of an experience where I wanted somebody but they didn't want me. That's just kind of weird to me. If you don't like me, then why would I like you? I'm cool. So I would only want somebody who thinks I'm cool. If you're not into what I'm into, then I don't view you as a potential romantic partner. If you're somebody who I have witnessed you have a major relationship with somebody else that I think is like a really powerful relationship, then I also can't really be attracted to you in that way. Like the MGK and Megan Fox thing was so major, I could never be like, oh my god, Machine Gun Kelly. No, when I was younger, I thought he was hot. I'll admit that. But I don't think so, honey. Like, there is no music artist, there is no actor, there is no anybody that I am like swooning over. No, I don't care if you're a celebrity and you're like above my level or something. No, you're not. We're all on the same level. I really don't care. There's nobody that I could not get in my mind. And I hope everybody kind of has that mindset. Like, there should not be celebrities that it's like, oh yeah, you know, my husband loves Megan Fox or whoever, and that's his like celebrity hall pass. Excuse me, what? That's not realistic. that could happen. Anybody can get anybody, but I'm not gonna swoon over somebody who doesn't know that I exist. I feel like I'm really good at manifesting people. Like I said, I was hanging out backstage with Honest Dave and Z and all the boys. I didn't romantically like anybody there except at the time the dude that I was with. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole too much, but that's just a thing in and of itself, the romantic side of it. Let's just talk about kind of friends and things like this now. So social media. I do not follow people unless I know you in real life. I'm sorry, you guys. I love being your internet friend, but if I don't know you from my personal life, I am not gonna follow you on social media. I might have in the past, and then I go through the list and I'm like, I just can't give my energy to somebody that I don't know in person. You know what I mean? And maybe that's a weird hot take boundary, but that's just one of my internet boundaries. Everybody that I do know in person, in real life, from like high school and middle school and stuff, I am following if they're following me back. If they don't follow me, or I see that like they're no longer following me or something, I unfollow them, because it's an equal energy exchange, right? When I was in high school, I was trying to be cool, middle school too, because I was in middle school when Instagram came out. Like, I was the first generation to really have Instagram in middle school and high school, and it totally negatively impacted my psychology and stuff. Anyways, the cool thing to do is to have lots of followers, but not be following a lot of people. So in middle school and high school, I would try to like not follow the people who I thought were less cool than me at the time, or the people that I thought I could get away with them following me but me not following them back. So I would have like a higher follower count compared to following count, which sounds so freaking egotistical, and it totally is, and I feel really bad for ever doing that. And that's why a few years ago I went through the list of everybody who was following me, and if I knew you in real life from school, then I followed you back if I wasn't. And I went through everybody who I was following, and if they weren't following me back, even if I knew them from school and stuff, if they were like what I thought was a good friend, if they weren't following me back, then I unfollowed them. So it's more like how Facebook has friends instead of the following thing. But there's people on Instagram who I don't know in real life who are certain types of content creators who I really resonate with, who I do follow. Notifications are wild, and I don't see a lot of the people who follow me, to be honest, especially because I have one video on Instagram that it's like, you know, 1 point something million views, and I still get notifications for it every single day, and I don't see everybody who follows me or likes things and things like that. So I totally get slipping through the cracks of notifications. I cannot get through all my notifications, and I don't even have that many. I guess there's a balance to be had with this as well, but I do think it's important to know what your own personal boundaries are, or just at least kind of think about it, because I think this is something that not a lot of people think about. So no shame on you if you have like a tattoo of somebody's autograph or something. Like, I have similar things tattooed on my body. I would never get somebody's name on my body unless it was like a kid or a family name or something like that. I would let people who I think are super cool tattoo me, like Dakota Wint. Thank you very much for the ohm. I don't have posters of anybody up in my room anymore. I used to when I was in like elementary school. Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, probably Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana stuff when I was a kid. But yeah, I think this is just a really important thing to at least think about. And also not think that they're on a different tier than you, because that's just so not true. I don't want to like flaunt who I've talked to and who I know, but no, it's not a big deal to like talk to Danica Patrick. It's not a big deal to hang out with certain people. They're really not that different from you. They're probably not as cool as you think, and some of them are totally cool. Don't worship idols. Don't put me on a pedestal. I'm a normal ass person. I'm just trying to spread the word. So if you do resonate with me and you do want to see stuff like this, sure, follow me. Please don't get my autograph tattooed, because that would be weird. I want to be hippie neighbors one day, and then I'll follow you on Instagram. I appreciate you so much. Peace out.